Seven Deadly Sins, chapter 317, Prideful Determination.
I am so done with this show, man.
Yes. It's
Yeah, I
killing
mean,
me, man.
I haven't kept up. I haven't read it past like 6 chapters, so I don't know.
All right. Well, like a quick summary of what happened for whatever you missed. Like, Pride was trying to help these niggas out, and then they were basically giving Pride like a death moment. Like this, we really thought this nigga was gonna get KO'd.
Yeah,
Like he got body to pieces. You know that like super detailed death scene where you can like see all the bruises and all that
Yeah.
shit on the person. Like that was how Pride was looking. And then after that, Maya comes out of they still haven't explained this angel shit, by the way. But
yeah.
Maya comes out of nowhere like, oh, you called? I'm like, so the angels are God now? Like you could just call them niggas and they show up.
Yeah,
And then
I'm looking at it
basically
now.
yeah, then basically Pride was like, yo, can I get my powers back? And then Maya was like, you know you're gonna die if I give them back to you. And he was like, so what? Just give him back. So he gave him his shit back. And I was just like, oh, I mean, I'm glad to have Pride back. It's, I guess, an interesting twist to show that like every time he uses Pride, it was actually like killing him, even though he showed no signs of that. Like personally, he was just like, oh, I'm tired, I need to sleep. But yeah. Other than that, I was kind of just like, I mean, thanks for setting up, giving us Pride back, but like, what is he? He's gonna go the one again? Like we've seen this.
Right.
It's not as cool. It's not going to be as cool the third time. The second time was already like the hype was reduced, like when he did it against Zelda. So I'm like, the third time is not going to be that great unless you're going to pull out something like new as fuck from him.
Yeah.
Like, even bands like Nunchuck bullshit was pretty lame.
Exactly. It's just like nothing. I mean, unless we're literally the only people feeling this way, but to me, the manga, it pretty much ended. Like this is all just like extra. That's just
It's a side
completely
story.
unnecessary. It's just
It's a side quest.
don't get why.
Yeah.
I just don't get why they think this is necessary. I'm just really confused.
I feel
Oh,
like
so did Meliodas beat the Demon King already?
Technically,
once,
yes.
but he's back again.
No, he came back in Zelda's body, right?
Yeah, and now they're fighting him. But Elizabeth, that was one thing that was nice.
And
from,
they're
like,
still fighting?
No, yeah, Elizabeth is turning up now. Like apparently,
No, like
Elizabeth was some badass angel when she was alive.
Yep.
So like she was giving him to work. And
I
they
thought
trying
that
to
was
beat him now.
like 4 chapters ago, though.
Yeah, that was like 4 chapters ago.
So what the fuck they been doing this entire time?
They switched to banning them. They switched to like
to
the Seven
the
Deadly Sins doing this
weak
dumb
niggas.
shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just don't get it, man. Like, why didn't they? Like, there are so many things wrong with that. Like, again, one, Merlin had Bond Sacred Treasure literally the entire show / series. I mean, that's pretty much what they were leaning towards. Yet, through all this ish, Merlin didn't want to give it to him. Really?
I mean, he was too bitch made to use it, man.
Oh.
And he couldn't wield all the power of his treasure. He needs to go to purgatory and lose his immortality in order to be worthy enough to wield his treasure again. I mean, like from the like writing it down, like if you were to take like a historical perspective of this, Ban looks really amazing. But watching it, it's like it's like, oh, he took out these like balls that basically could destroy countries on their own because they were taking out Guild Thunder and all that. Like, so it's like he was destroying them like effortlessly, but the way it looked in the manga was kind of like whatever. But from like if I look back on this, like Ban's legend, it looks like he was amazing. But
without a doubt, like, did you see like that the amount of time they described all this happening? Like, this was like what, a second, like maybe 2 seconds that he took like hundreds of these, and it was just like, what? Like, holy shit, that's mind-boggling. But no, like that was effing petty. And then Elizabeth being this much of a boss? Are you joking? She could pinball the Demon King. But like just a few days ago, they didn't want to put her on the front lines. Like, come on.
I think what I'm starting to realize is that Seven Deadly Sins started off making you think like, oh yeah, like as a guy into shonen, like this is my show. But what I'm really starting to realize is that it's actually like a romance more than it is
100%.
action.
Yep.
And like I think this part, like for the people watching for the romance, are gonna keep sticking with it. Like when it drops in the anime, they're gonna be like, "Oh, this is great." We get to, the heartbreak, the throes of love that's going on. They're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I love this part." But like everyone else that's into like the action piece is kind of like, all right, like I'm out.
So Player 5 should watch this. What you're saying?
Basically,
Yeah.
I think if you got his perspective on it, and he said it was still like shit like us, then I would go, oh yeah, then I guess I can co-sign the shitness. But like my girl's watched it and she likes it. I've heard a lot of people talk about it, but that's like the anime when it was still good. So I'm
Right.
interested in how they're gonna take. This will probably end up being like the 4th season for them. I'm thinking because like they got to this might be the 3rd season for them actually because they got to the Pride stuff already. So.
True.
I would like to see how the like anime audience reacts to this when it drops.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see it soon. I think they're releasing it like, fuck. I mean, they're releasing like within a couple months or something. I think.
I mean,
it's already out.
A great cliffhanger ending actually would be if they just ended on the thinking Elizabeth died part. That would get niggas so hooked for the 4th season, and then they could just platter them with this bullshit.
Because niggas gonna still watch the bullshit. Just to see how it ends. I mean,
if
we've all
there's a
done it
gap,
before.
they watch it. They watch it.
Yeah. But yeah, if you were to rate this chapter, I'm giving it a like. It's not trash level, but like, what's the one below D? Oh, it's decent minus. What was the
Decent
one below
shit.
decent? Oh yeah, that's decent shit minus.
That's funny. Yeah, we haven't given anything decent shit in a long time. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's some decent shit. Chapter for sure. Wasn't really worth my time reading.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I haven't really like, paid attention, but I think everything besides after like the rock dropped on Elizabeth has been decent shit.
Well, to be honest, for this specific chapter, I'm gonna give it a trash plus. Because there was, I mean, and the only reason it's getting a plus is because we might now see like 2 more decent scenes with actual full power Pride. And like I still gotta give Pride the respect he deserves, like at full power. It's like, okay. I mean, we're still talking about like what, the 2nd most strongest character in the show almost. Like, so I was like, okay, he's getting his powers back. We'll get to see 2 more scenes, good. But that's all it did. Other than that, it's just God. Like what? I mean, this kid was dead. Like his arm, like what was it? His hands were chopped off. This kid had like portions of his body gone. I mean, this kid was dead. This was Pride we're talking about. Like dead. And I'm just like, what? No. Like even this foolishness of even trying to defend him without the power. I don't even know how he survived that long, to be honest with you. That very first hit should have killed him. I mean, like no joke. So no, I gotta give this a trash plus.
So it's a pile of shit with a ribbon in it.
Exactly right.